You are listening to the Foamy Heads Podcast, where we discuss craft beer and anything else that accompanies a glass.
What am I doing? I'm just messing with stuff. Are you seeing that? Bless you. Are you seeing these changes as I'm making them?
Absolutely.
Oh, I wonder if it's coming up in the live too. Like, is it coming up on our recording? Oh, Jesus, it's gonna do it. Yep.
Just okay. Riverside, man.
Yeah, Riverside, be Riverside. Man, Mitch, good to be back on the mics, dude. You've already cracked one. I recognized the can just from the golden top, the copper top at the top. You gotta get those nails longer, bro. There we go. Cheers.
Yeah, man. At least it's not wax.
That's true. You got some Stokehouse action going on. I'll tell you, man, I was at Stokehouse with you. Was it 2 Saturdays ago? 3 weeks ago? Something like that? Yeah, man. Good looking can.
Very cool.
Best barbecue. Barbecue.
So good.
And killer beer. Recently they did, I guess Ant's Barbecue did a YouTube cover on Stokehouse Barbecue, and now our favorite brewery / watering hole / restaurant, you can't even get in anymore. It's like
right
every time you want to get in, you can't. It's just there's lines out the door. They're running, which good for them. They're running out of food. They're getting a ton of foot traffic now as a result.
Dude.
So.
Yeah, Allison and I went up there, and we've been going up there to Nashville there. This is like 3 or 4 times in a month span so far, and she's been needing to get her prescriptions updated. And anyway, there's more to that story that's really fucking boring, but we had to go to Nashville for it. So one of those trips, it was around lunchtime. It's like, okay, you're going to try the barbecue at Stokehouse. Yeah. She is hooked on those plantains that they've got there. Those are so good. I'm not a plantains guy, and those are just rendered so nicely. They're soft, but yet crisp edges, caramelized all over. Delicious. That glaze that they use on it, insane. But, I mean, even the vegan cheese is off the chain, off the hook, whatever the fuck. I'm getting old now. I don't know what I should be using.
I don't know what kids said. Whatever Gen Z says nowadays, I guess.
Banging. No, that's still my generation.
Bussin'?
Maybe that one's like on its way out, but
I feel like it is. But then again, millennial terminology stands the test of time. Yeah. I mean, even words that we use growing up are still relevant to this day, but I don't think Gen Z can say that. I just don't think they can.
I know that's right.
That's a good throwback. That's a good throwback to what we're going to be talking about tonight, actually. But you know what? One quick thing on Stokehouse. You know, there are a lot of people. I know Allison, like for Allison, a lot of it's like it's texture based, right? Like some of it's not necessarily just flavor, but it's texture. And to be able to have like a barbecue, something that Allison probably doesn't frequent very much, that she just likes the stuff that they put out, is a big testament to Stokehouse, because everything they're putting out is awesome.
Big time. She did get the pork, the barbecue, and I forgot how he prepares them. I even watched the video that Ant's Barbecue, is that what it was? He did a great job. And the process of seeing all the meat get put together, saucing it up with the vinegar and whatever, it tastes amazing. It's incredible. Love the flavor. She likes the flavor of meat and, all the seasonings that you can do. It's just texture stuff for whatever reason. She was able to eat a pretty good amount of that barbecue. The biggest thing for her is like, even though there's little bits of fat in barbecue, his are all flavor. They're flavor pockets. There's no chewing involved. It just dissolves, melts in your mouth. insane, like great barbecue.
Oh,
And
man.
she had no real problem with it, but texture issues are, she'll find whatever it is. It's like when you try to medicate your pet or anything and they find the pill in it. She'll do that with any texture. And yeah. Anyway, she wanted to eat all of it, but the plantains came in and saved the day for her just to get full. So
That's great. And then
yeah.
and Chad's appreciation for like the classic, like true to style beers is kind of the icing on the cake for barbecue, right? Because when you're eating barbecue and Texas style especially, right? Because that's what they specialize in. But having that brisket that's like salt, pepper, garlic, and like that's all you're using, there's nothing that needs to be complicated when you're complementing your barbecue. Like beer just needs to be beer. It needs to be crispy. It needs to be cold. You need to be able to taste all the ingredients in it, and having a bourbon barrel aged stout with 14 adjuncts in it, doesn't necessarily fit. There's time and place for that. Like send me to Living Waters anytime I want a bourbon barrel aged stout. Send me to, send me down the road to Smith and Lentz if I'm going to have a pizza, because there's a beer style that works for that. But like Chad's beers that he puts out, like his West Coast IPA, that's just West Coast enough to be more than easily drinkable. Their new Kolsch that just came out, have not had it yet. Scott, Brewery Underground podcast, has had some. Have you tried? Oh, you did. I think I remember you sent a picture of it.
I got there the day I think it got tapped, maybe the day after. But yeah, it was crushing. I think I got 2 of those and moved on to my usual things like the pub ale and the original and all that. But yeah.
And it's and proper glassware too, I think, if I remember the picture, right? The tall.
I think so.
Yeah. So I mean, like,
yes.
So Chad knows what he's doing. It's just the front of the house and the back of the house, as it were, complement each other very well. That's dope.
And Mike, the barbecue guy, knows beer. He's been in the industry the whole time. They're able to pull off some crazy good stuff over there. Yeah. And I don't see an end in sight right now for that. They're so serious about their products. Like, it's a blessing to have people like them.
For sure. I hope that continues, man. I really do. Oftentimes when somebody blows up like that overnight, it's very hard to maintain that. And so if they just keep the path like what they're doing, they're going to be just fine.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, cheers to them. You're drinking Stokehouse. You've got the classic right there.
I do. Pub ale.
Oh, so good.
It's really good.
Oh man, I love it. I basically shit on everything non-clean beer, like classic style beer tonight, and here I am drinking this double Citra Nectaron hazy double IPA from Zool. Ironically,
oh, the Heifer.
Yeah, this is the newest Heifer. This is Citra Nectaron right here. This one, shout out DJ, thanks for the beer. This one came from Southern Grist / Zool, I guess, right now, because they like total. I guess the whole branding hasn't completely taken over yet at Southern Grist. But yeah, when Dark Lord Day was huge, and we brought some Zool and we brought some Southern Grist, and people up north know Zool. They want Zool. They can't find Zool, and they will kill for Zool. It's amazing, like how popular those guys are. So I'm drinking them tonight, as we kind of go through like our Dark Lord, my Dark Lord experience, just because I didn't really feel like I had a bourbon barrel aged stout in me. The week's kind of kicking my ass already, and it's already Tuesday, so I'm doing what
Understandable.
I can. Man,
yeah, you need two people for sure.
Yeah,
for a bottle.
For those bottles, they're heavy, they're big.
Yeah,
but it was such a good experience. Just recapping, Dark Lord Day was weekend of the 15th. Weekend of the, let's see, I don't even remember what it was. Yeah, so 16th was Dark Lord Day. Drove up Friday night, really hated to miss you there, man, because I know
Oh yeah,
it was a good time, and I know the first time you went, you had a blast.
yeah.
It was just overall, it was a good experience, man. But I actually learned a few things
Huh.
through this Dark Lord Day. Yeah, I honestly, I kind of took a different approach this year. Kind of like everybody, the wallet's kind of shrinking on everybody right now, right? It's kind of hard to afford being able to throw out $200-300 for a ticket, plus your overnight stay, plus any of the beers you're going to buy, plus the food that you're going to buy. It sucks,
Yeah.
So I kind of took a little bit of a different approach, especially with two new girls, daughters into the world this year. I bought a general admission ticket, which I've never done before. I normally buy the middle tier package, which gives you 4 bottles of Dark Lord beer. And it's $250 or something like that. Like it's insanely expensive.
Yeah.
But I also get it's all about the experience.
Yeah.
But get a sip of this beer.
Hey, get it.
I haven't even started drinking it. Oh, that's good.
How fresh is it?
Let's see. Canned on. Man, it doesn't get much fresher than that. April 29th.
Nice.
So, I mean,
What?
we're talking
Less
20
than a month.
days. That's pretty damn fresh.
That's awesome.
Okay. So let's go over Dark Lord Day. Started on the 16th. We got there Friday night. We checked into our Airbnb. Shout out to Jonathan Pritt. Jonathan Pritt went with us, Common John, and he went with us. He flew in. So he didn't get in till like 10-ish or something like that, 10:15.
Oh.
We started doing like a beer share Friday night, had some Treehouse, had some Southern Grist, had a little bit of root plus branch. Everything was really good. Saturday, doors open at 9. We did not get there at 9. I think we left around like 10 o'clock, went and got a base right at some diner down the road.
Yeah.
And then got into the festival. And there were a few things that were immediately different this year compared to other years. So, Mitch, you might remember the wristband with your credit card
Tap to
attached
pay.
to it. Yep. Your tap to pay. Not a thing this year. They sent us wristbands in the mail with no RFID chip, no tap to pay chip. It was just a wristband. So it basically it let people know your access into like certain areas of the festival.
Gotcha.
Right. So that presents kind of the first change / the first problem is what do you do when you don't have your tap to pay on your wrist? You carrying a credit card around because it's a cashless event. They're not going to accept cash. No cash. Card only. So what I did was, as 90% of people have a smartwatch on their wrist nowadays.
Yep.
Those are still accepted. So the first thing I did that morning, and I'm glad I did, was I loaded my credit card onto my tap to pay on my watch, so I could use it, because there were people carrying credit cards around that day, and they were like trying to get it out of their pockets, out of their wallets and stuff. And the drunker you get throughout the festival, the harder that shit becomes to keep up with, like a credit card, and put it back in your pocket or in your wallet. And the last thing I need when I'm drunk is to be able to keep up with a credit card.
Yeah, I know we've done it in the dark ages, but
the old days. So that was kind of like the first thing that changed for me. Immediately, like the tap to pay was still there, but it didn't go on your you had to make a conscious effort to load, like a smartwatch or something onto that. Otherwise, you were going to be screwed. Second thing I learned was, and I should have started with this one, but this is the first year, Mitch, that they were selling Dark Lord in bottles to take home with you.
Okay.
Yeah. So you didn't, the difference between the general admission for $60 and then the next level up, which I think was like $250,
Mhm.
is the only difference is the bottles that you get to take back with you. Because,
Okay.
your $250 ticket gives you access to 3 variants plus a bottle of Dark Lord.
Oh, sweet.
And that's it. But if you have a general admission ticket, you don't get those beers. But there have been times, Mitch, when you got a greatest teachable moments, Dark Lord. Was that you or was that
No,
DJ?
DJ.
It was DJ. Okay. DJ had to pay for that bottle of beer through
Yeah.
his ticket. Right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Surprise on top of that.
yeah, exactly. So that kind of brought up the question is like you're buying a ticket and you're playing roulette on which variants you're going to get. You may not like a lot of them. And it turns out I didn't like a lot of the variants they were offering this year. A lot of them had cinnamon in it or other adjuncts that I don't like. I didn't want to take that risk. But this
Yeah.
year they gave me the opportunity to buy the bottle. Now, granted, I'm sure they're more expensive buying them separately. But
Yeah.
I could pay
I guess $60, you said? You're saying?
$60 for a general admission ticket, and then I could
Oh.
spend I think there were 50, 45 or $50 on a bottle or two that I liked, the one that I could pick out which one I liked, and I could go home with Dark Lord beer that I liked, and I would be paying less than, the middle tier ticket.
Yeah. Yeah. The year I went the first time, I think the $250 ticket included 4 base Dark Lords and 1 variant. So Hanji was the biggest thing to try and get, but I never got it. The second year, it was the same. But then the third year, that's when the shift started to happen, I think in 2019, right? Or was it 2020?
I think it was later than that. You talking about when they made the shift to
1
3 variant?
regular base and
Yeah.
then 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it
So
went from 5 bottles, 4 bottles,
but
then
they went
$60.
Yeah, the 4 bottles of Dark Lord I think were 500 milliliters, and then the variant was 750 milliliters, or maybe the Dark Lord bottles were 350 milliliters. I can't remember, but they were smaller bottles compared to the variant, which was bigger.
They were?
Yeah, I thought so. Oh,
Let me check.
There we go. I know you've got some there because we haven't drank our Dark Lord bottles.
Yeah, we haven't. There's been a few that we've given away over the years, but
yeah. I'm almost positive the Dark Lord bottles were smaller than the variants. Clinkety clack.
They are not.
They're the same size?
Same size.
No way. I need to see this.
Let me grab one from the back. So the last time I went, which was 2021 maybe,
Okay.
that bottle's the same size. But I have a 2019 pink top back here.
Okay. Why am I
And
not
you are
looking at-
correct with those. You are correct with these.
the Dark Lords are the regular Dark Lord is smaller than the variant.
Used to be.
Right. Used to be, yeah.
Used to be.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay.
So
Yep.
that is the smaller Dark Lord. This is a variant. But the newer Dark Lords that you get, they match these because you only get 1.
4 bottles now.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say then. So when we used to get 5 bottles, Mitch, 4 of them were regular Dark Lord and they were smaller bottles. And then the variant that you got was 1 larger bottle, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
They have since changed to, instead of getting 5 bottles, 4 small and 1 large, you now get 4 total bottles, all the same size. 3 of them are variants, and 1 of them is a regular Dark Lord beer.
Agreed.
And I don't know how I feel about that, because I had a hard time drinking one of the regular small Dark Lord bottles by myself.
Yeah. It's a
Much
lot of
less with
alcohol.
someone. It's a lot of alcohol. It's high
It's
ABV,
heavy
and they're
too.
thick. Yeah.
They're tough, man, but they're good. But you just feel all the oil,
Mhm.
like God. Yeah.
It's motor oil. But yeah, and that was kind of the thing was, do you want to spend $250, $260 on a ticket to get to basically roll the dice and land with 3 variants that 2 or 1 of which you may not like? Or would you rather just spend $60 for general admission and then put $50 or $100 towards 1 or 2 bottles of variants that you know you will like, because you get to take your pick and bring them home with you?
Yeah. I just realized something with that pink top. Where are the pink tops 2019? Pink top
Maybe.
Dark Lord bottle year.
Has it been that long? I thought
List
2019
of
would have
Dark Lord
gray.
deletion. I'm looking right now. Magenta with glitter. That's what I have.
2019?
Fuck. Yes.
Okay. So 2018 was a gray wax top. I have one of those left.
I am 1 year away before that bottle turns to sludge, dude.
What's your logic on that?
You remember that clip of us tasting a 8-year-old Dark Lord? And it was bad?
Wait a minute. The one I spooned out?
I don't know about spooned out, but you took a little taste of it.
Dark Lord, somebody brought
Yep.
the old variant. That was a 2008
At the time.
Oh,
and
Mitch. Yeah,
9,
you're on.
10, 11, 12. That might have been 11-year-old, but he said it was an 8-year-old Dark Lord, I
Okay.
believe.
Okay.
And this one's 7 years old.
You may want to rotate that a few times. Keep those ingredients spinning around.
Holy crap. That time went by so fast. It's got to get drank.
Yeah, on that, actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because DJ, who went with us, has mentioned an off schedule Dark Lord day in like the mountains in like Gatlinburg or something, where gets a few guys, rent a cabin, everybody brings their old Dark Lord beers, and we just stay at the cabin all weekend and drink them. This would be a good opportunity to do that. You can offload your Dark Lord beers and without the expensive price tag, and we get to drink those beers before they go bad, Mitch.
Yeah, that's the important part for sure.
So, yeah, that's true. I did not personally bring home any Dark Lord this year. I got to try just about, a ton of Dark Lord while I was there. And for the same reason, Mitch, you have all those bottles in the back. Like, I buy them and then I don't drink them.
They make for good, camaraderie, I guess, and they're good gifts. They're good. Hey, party people, I brought this, like wine.
Mm-hmm.
There's not enough beer shares anymore to get rid of them.
Yeah.
That's the weird change after the pandemic. Bottle shares died near us, but
man,
there's 1 or 2, and they're really good ones. But if you're not in the know or part of the group or that community, you're not going to hear about it.
Yep.
So I can't just go down the street and expect a beer share every Friday. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
And we're not at that age anymore either where we can do that, right? Because it's 1-day hangovers are now 2 and 3-day hangovers. And Dark Lord, enough of it, will give you one of those hangovers.
And you don't want to be the stout guy if it is a like weekly thing. You don't want to always bring a heavy stout and everyone's like, oh.
You know
You know?
what though, Mitch? That's what people do. They always
Yeah.
bring, because they can't drink them by themselves.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
bring them to bottle share, and that's everybody. And that was Dark Lord Day. I mean, there were some IPAs there. There were some. They did release you would have loved this one, Mitch. There was a 30-year anniversary ale that they
Ooh.
released this past Dark Lord Day, and it was a Belgian strong, and
Oh,
it
hell yeah.
was really good. It was real
Nice.
good. It was very light, medium on the ABV, so it wasn't too overpowering. It was very opposite of what you would expect from a Dark Lord like themed
Mm.
beer during that time of year.
Gosh.
So it was really good. I got a chance to sample that one. But yeah, overall, other than that, everything was just heavy ass stouts. Heavy ass stouts. But they brought beer. They brought beer, people that were passionate from their area, right? That's where people bring the best of the best to those festivals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? You don't need, and that's kind of my next point is you don't need to buy any beer there.
True.
No.
Everyone's got 72 ounces.
Yes, they've got 72 ounces that you can bring in, and those guys brought way more than that to stand in line waiting to get in. And
Oh,
just
yeah.
remember that year everybody was standing in line outside waiting for the festival to open. They were just passing bottles back. People were having a big beer share
Yes.
before the
When
doors opened.
by the time we got there, because we always pregame with a meal before going in, their line had dissipated a bit, so we got to walk around part of the block before the entrance to the land, and there were already dead soldiers
Oh
hanging
yeah.
out on the curbs, and
Yep.
some of those were Dark Lords from previous years. I know some of them had to be Russian River because it's so popular, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think the last year I went, we got a lot of Treehouse, which was
Mm-hmm.
sweet.
Yeah. And that's where you get access to those kinds of beers, because there's people that are coming from Boston, from New York, from those New England regions, and they're coming to Dark Lord Day, and they're bringing Treehouse beers. They're
Yeah.
bringing Root Plus Branch. They're bringing all of these beers that we want and can't get. I had an Imperial Brown Ale from Treehouse that was just it was like 8.5%, drank super easy. Like I know those guys understand the work that they're doing, but I think they underestimate how good it is. Treehouse beers are just top notch. Those guys are printing money in an economy where breweries are closing down. It's just they don't have to distribute. They don't distribute, and they don't have to distribute. People drive hours just to pick up cases of Treehouse beer.
So crazy.
It was so good. I had a few Treehouse beers. I did get a chance to try Pliny the Younger. There was a guy there that had Pliny the Younger, and it was amazing and really good. I got to try it alongside Pliny the Elder, which was also an interesting experience. So that was fun. I don't know. It was a really good experience. We did have a scare towards the end of the festival. We were all drunk at this point, right? I mean, like
Right.
I think I clocked like 30 something beers while I was at the
Nice.
festival, and most of them were just tasters, but that adds up.
Yeah.
Um,
Quick.
they remember Mitch back when we had our beers and we had to go during our group time to pick up our bottles. Like Group A goes in
Oh,
from this hour, Group B goes in this hour.
yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
If you are in Group A, you can go as early as they let you in, but you can also go at any point in the day, right? I could go at
Mhm.
the end of the day and get my bottles and bring them back. I'm Group A, right? I can go anytime after 10 a.m. or whatever. If I'm the last group, I can't go before my
Mhm.
time is called, right? It's not like I can get in with the Group A people if I'm Group F. Like
Yeah.
it won't let me do that. However, DJ was Group A, and we got there 7 minutes after the end time for the last group. They would not let us in to get our beer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was 7 minutes after, and they were like, "You're gonna have to come back on Monday and pick it up." And we're like, "We're leaving Sunday morning to go back to Tennessee. Like going in on a Monday is not like how are we gonna do that?"
Yeah.
It took going to find somebody, and they had to go back and get the beers and bring it out for them because we were 7 minutes late.
Wow. Stingy. That's
Yeah.
stingy.
Imagine paying your $260 ticket and traveling and then being told you're not allowed to get your beer because you were 7 minutes late. Like,
I would not be
no,
happy.
no. I get
I
there
paid y'all
is,
money.
yeah, huh?
It's like I paid you money. A, I probably took an Uber to get here. B, and C, I don't want to break my shit on your gravel lot. Like,
Yep.
come on.
Now, our fault for showing up. When we had 6 hours to do it, we could have just gone in and got it and brought it back. But I feel like there should be some sort of leeway. Like, people are late. You should be taught a lesson. But 7 minutes after a 10-hour festival, I feel is kind of like a little
Yeah.
egregious. So maybe there should be, like, maybe they bring them outside and like stick them on the, and like that way you don't have to go through the brewery to get the beer, so they can do what they need to do in the back and clean up.
Yeah.
But it just surprised me that we had to fight tooth and nail just to get those beers because we were 7 minutes late.
Yeah. I don't like that. It's usually there's like a grace period after closing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether that would be 15 minutes or 30 minutes or what, but for drunken adults who paid usually a lot of money,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's like give them some time. Some of them got gout, it's going to take them a minute, but they showed up and paid more money on site. So
Some of them
let them have more
gout.
beer,
I think it's funny that gout was what you went to because it totally makes sense, though. It's just a bunch of big old beer drinking dudes, that are waddling around trying to get their beers.
They're going to go get some steaks and burgers after this event,
Yeah.
like hope they got their meds with them. But
We
dude.
didn't have to, no issues other than that this year. Festival went off without a hitch. Music was great. A lot of metal bands there.
Oh, yeah.
No, Mitch, what was the band with the big saxophone?
Oh, brain
Tentacles.
Brain tentacles. Yeah.
No brain tentacles this year.
Damn.
In fact, let me.
I was gonna ask.
let me pull up the site real quick.
Oh shit! You guys had Napalm Death and Municipal Waste.
Uh-huh.
That's badass. And then Gatekeeper, Midnight Dead Guy, and Crypt Sermon. That's badass, dude.
Let's see here.
The layout's still roughly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Looks smaller on the map.
I don't know if it was smaller, but the number of guest breweries there this year were a lot less than what they have been in previous years. Like, look at the guest brewers right here. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 20, 21 of them. That's it. That was it. And a lot of them, 450 North Atrium. Let's see. Burial, Half Acre, Hop Butcher, Side Project, The Vale, Whiteacre.
Now I'm trying to get your screen to get bigger. There it goes. I had to click full screen. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
There were a lot fewer guest breweries this year than there have been in previous years, I feel. Mm-hmm. But look at the variants. So Chemtrail Mix, not big on cinnamon and peppercorns. Hanji would be the only one that I would really, really want to get, and it's because it's not over the top with vanilla. We've had some bad experience with vanilla beers before.
Yeah.
That one's not. Egregious Philbin, I could see being good. Whiskey barrel aged cherries and vanilla. I feel like
Oh,
this would kind
yes.
of give you one of those like what was that beer that you found that you really liked that had the cherries in it? I can't remember. Oh well.
Cordially yours, maybe?
Cordially yours. Yeah.
Okay. That was based on a cocktail, and this one's very similar with cherries,
Yeah.
vanilla, whiskey barrels. It's like a
Hmm.
little bit of an old fashioned, but maybe not an
Yeah.
old fashioned. But instead of orange, it's cherry. Yeah.
Yeah. Brandy vanilla. I'm not big on brandy. Like I could see it being okay, but it's not really
Oh,
my
yeah.
thing. Banana bubble bath. Absolutely hate bananas. Can't stand the
Yeah.
smell or the taste. Don't get anywhere near me. Don't like it.
Nice.
I don't like coconut. Again, don't like cinnamon. So I feel like
Yeah.
Magic User wouldn't really be my thing. Mitch, if I paid $260 for a middle tier ticket and I didn't get at least Marshmallow Hanji and Egregious Philbin, it would have been a
the
waste for me. Like, I don't want this
yeah.
one. I don't want this one. I don't want this one. And I don't want this one.
Yeah. That would be bad. Yeah.
So I feel that the money that I spent, I could have spent my $60 on a ticket. I could have gone in, I could have bought a bottle of Marshmallow Hanji, and I could have bought a bottle of Egregious Filament. I would have walked out with the beers that I wanted. I would have spent less.
Yeah. The it sounds like too, DJ is 6 for 6, right? On Marshmallow Hanji every year.
Mm-hmm.
How? I got 0 Hanji for 3 years straight.
Yeah, and not to piss you off anymore, Mitch,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
one of the guys that went with us this year got 2 Marshmallow Hanjis instead of 1.
Damn.
Yeah. So I guess he
Nice.
found one of yours from years past.
That's
He ended
right.
up, yeah.
Well, the other salt in the wound would be the first year I decided I couldn't go, and everybody got Hanji in their bags that year.
Yeah.
Like I keep getting salt in the wound every year when I don't go, and it's the
Yeah.
years that people are getting Hanji just handed to them. But
I feel like the move. So this is what I plan on doing next year, and if you're able to go, I feel like this would be the move. The general admission ticket, and then you get to walk in and you can buy a bottle of Hanji if you want.
that's
You spend
probably the move.
you spend $100 on your ticket plus your bottle of beer, and then you can bring as much beer as you want. You're 64 ounces in, drink as much beer as you want, and you spend $100 on a festival
Yeah.
and you got to drink as much beer as you possibly could. I feel like that's the move. I did that. I spent $60 on a ticket. I bought a couple of beer because you got to loosen up a little bit in the beginning, right? You have
That's right.
the bottles aren't open and flowing yet.
Yeah.
I think I bought 2 beers. I might have bought 3 while I was there. But once that first bottle popped, didn't look back. I did have barbecue there. There was a barbecue food truck that was there, and I feel like the wings had potential. They were just a little dry.
Oh no. Yeah.
Brisket was not great. A little chewy, like it was, not done all the way.
Huh.
So, but I guess that's what you expected at a beer festival.
True. What anything else on the site we need to look at?
Let me look. Let me run through the bands.
This should be at the top, I think.
Just looking to see what time they came on. Let's see. Oh,
That's
so
usually
one other
yeah.
thing on we've never done this before, but the deluxe tier ticket gets you access to what they call the Friends of Floyds. And so basically the only difference between the beer that gets from the standard Dark Lord ticket here of like $200 plus this ticket is you get an extra bottle of a Dark Lord variant that's exclusive to that tier.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then you get like a bottle opener and some art print and stuff like that. But you also get access to this tent located right near the stage. They call it Friends of Floyd. So basically there's ultra rare Dark Lord variants there that are not available to the general admission. You still have to pay for them, but you get access to them. But what we ended up doing was we ended up making friends with somebody who knew somebody in the Friends with Floyd's tent. So we got access to that 30-year anniversary strong ale because we made friends with some guy that was able to just walk right in and buy a bottle and bring it out for us.
Awesome. Nice.
It was $10 for that bottle of strong ale. I don't know how much they made, how many bottles they made, because the other ones were, $40, $50, but this strong ale was $10 and it was amazing.
Yeah. Damn. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man.
So would highly recommend making friends with I guess some of them are insiders or industry people, and then the rest of them just bought the extra ticket. Where are the bands? Here we go. Napalm Waste. I'm trying to remember who went on what time.
Don't they start around 6 or 4?
It was earlier this year.
Wow.
I think we had. Yeah, here it is. So Crip Sermon started at 1:30.
Main attraction 6 o'clock. Gotcha.
Yeah, so municipal not to say these guys weren't good, but like the headliners were in the evening. Napalm Death at 7:30. We were not here for these guys.
Gotcha.
Should have stayed. We always say we're going to, right? And we never do.
I would have been hard pressed to stay. I may have had to Uber if I went, because I like both Municipal Waste and Napalm Death. So
I think
we'll see what next year's like.
I think if I were to have paced myself a little bit better, like I always say every year, I would have been able to stay around for it. But at that point,
that means we should show up at 2.
Mitch, we showed up at like 11:30.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying we need to show up later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take pacing out of the equation and just show up at 2.
Rip it starting at 2 and just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit a brewery or something in the morning.
On that, all in all, it was a really, really good time. John Pritt, shout out to John Pritt, Common John, Chief Festival Officer. That that guy can go forever. It was about 5 o'clock, and all of us old guys were tapped out. And Jonathan looks across the table. I mean, he's sitting across the table. I'm here. Jonathan's across from me. DJ's like across from me, and he's next to Jonathan on the other side of the table. And Jonathan looks at DJ, and then he looks at me, and he goes, "Can I take over now?" And I go, "What? Sure. Like, we're going to go get our bottles, and then we're going to go home." He's like, "We're not going home." And I was like, "We're not going home. Where are we going?" And he's like, "We're going brewery hopping." And I was like, "Jonathan, we're all like, we're drunk right now. Like, we can't do anything." And he was like, "Well, we can go drink more beer." And I was like, "Okay." So DJ and somebody else, they left and went back, and I stayed with Jonathan. Actually, we all hit this place called Fuzzy Line Brewing. It's right down the road. It was pretty good. They had decent food, good beer. And then after that, Jonathan and I think, hit 3 more breweries before we ended up back at the house at like 10:30.
Nice. See, you weren't done. You aren't done.
I guess I wasn't. I just needed that. I just needed that extra push to move forward.
Needed the vibe check.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got to make sure vibe checking's still a thing with all the vibe coding, vibe designing, and vibe management, and you know.
All the vibes. Too many vibes. The whole weekend was vibes.
I watched the Google keynote, and they were just talking about all this crap, and then vibe design. I'm like, oh my fucking God, I just want to bash my head against the wall. Like, why are you putting vibe on this? I get it, but it just doesn't.
You have to understand, they're appealing to the next generation, not us. We're the dinosaurs. They don't need to appeal to us anymore.
Yeah.
They already have us, right? We already use Gmail. We already use Google. We use it for their base shit, right? We use email. We use Google Business Workspace for like chat and meetings and stuff like that. We delve into a little bit of their AI slop stuff, but like in reality, they're not going to make any more money off of us than they're already doing. They already have our personal information. We already use their services, like their base services. They are looking for the next group of people that they can make money off of. And those are the vibe coders.
Yeah.
Or vibe peoples or whatever they are.
Yeah.
So
I just don't like the terminology. And that's, like you said, it's for the youth.
Boomer.
It's like, Gemini, I'm going to vibe retire right now. I need you to set up.
Vibe retire.
God. But anyway, I digress.
Overall, great experience. It was fun. The weather wasn't too bad. The music was great. The beers were awesome. A lot of ultra like rare stuff you couldn't find anywhere. Met some people from Murfreesboro, which was kind of wild.
Whoa. Yeah.
Which is, where I live, my hometown. And just had a good time. It was all a blast. It was a vibe.
Hell yeah. I'm glad it was.
What the hell are you doing?
I thought this would be a little better.
There you go.
But it was just as cumbersome. They do make tools that make this easier, but
they do. Let's see. Where's my I'm gonna grab me another beer real quick.
Hell yeah. Man, I miss Nashville with the Stokehouse and all the up and coming good foods. One of these days, get back up there for a whole weekend. Probably be at Stokehouse every day. I wonder if Stokehouse will rent out a space in the back brewery area where I could set up a sleeping bag.
I feel like that would be the best route for you. You and Scott from the Brewery Underground could just sleep there. I'm pretty sure, Scott, if you're listening, which I know you're going to listen to this, I know you will listen to this episode, because as soon as you see Dark Lord Day, I know you'll click record. But that man is a VIP at Stokehouse. He has to spend a stupid amount of money at Stokehouse. I raise my glass to him because he's probably helping keeping those guys stay afloat right now. Cheers to you, Scott.
Hell yeah. Cheers, Scott.
But
keep
with good
the beer
reason,
flowing.
Right?
Yeah.
With good reason. I will always, every time Scott goes there, he's always checking in classic. He's always checking in reserve. And then, the classic. That's the ESB, right? Is that that's the pub ale?
Pub ale.
No, the pub ale. Okay, gotcha.
Reserve is the West Coast IPA. Yeah. Oh,
and then he's checking in the Kolsch. I really wish I'd get to try that Kolsch. I haven't made it down there yet. I want to get my father and go to Stokehouse one Saturday, because my dad's a big barbecue fan. And Stokehouse doesn't just do, they do beers. They do other like mixed drinks and stuff. But I feel like there's something there for both of us, and I want to take my dad there. It's not a bad problem, Mitch, but I just don't think I'll be able to get any food. Like, you show up at 11 o'clock and people are waiting 30 or 40 minutes to get barbecue because there's a line out the door.
Well, maybe they need to set up a live feed that turns on and open. Then you'll always know.
Some places used to do that, right? You could check in at the location and see how it's going.
Yeah.
Back when we were worried about privacy, right?
Right. When I went, people were standing in line due to a POS error of sorts that they had to wrestle through for the day. But so you had to go order food separately and then go order beer or drinks at the bar versus go get your food and order it at the truck. But they'll probably have that ironed out by the time you go there.
I hope so. Let's see here. How do I make? Whoops. Here we go. Brisket's available on Saturdays and Sundays only.
Yeah.
There it is. The original. That's the one I was thinking. Yeah. Premium was the one I was thinking of. It's the hazy IPA. That's good. Original's great.
Yeah.
Classic is awesome. That's the one you're drinking now, Mitch.
Yep.
Reserve is the Westie. Man, Signature, I just don't know if anything's going to beat the Signature for me. That's that dark ale that's got the smoked malt that's smoked on site and put into the beer. Is that roasty dark ale?
It's very good.
Look at this, man. Don't make me sign in.
Yeah, that's Instagram. Meta's a whole hot piece of shit.
I don't understand why I can't just stay signed in. I don't understand why it keeps telling me.
Because they make money off your data and you got to give it to them.
Yeah, so here's their food. And, anybody balking at $30 for a rack of ribs, one, that's about the going price for barbecue today for a full slab of ribs. But two, we've had those ribs. I don't think people understand how big those are.
They are monstrous.
Yep.
Yeah. They're very good.
Wings are great.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I haven't tried have you tried their smoked burgers?
I haven't been there on a weekday yet to be
Okay.
able to score it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always been a weekend.
Here is the vegan mac and cheese you were mentioning earlier, where at least you mentioned the vegan cheese, which I think was on the
Frito pie is
Frito
badass
pie
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time we went, I got the Frito pie.
Yeah.
Oh, the firecrackers are just ingenious, man.
Yes. Those were so good. I have to get, and there's the plantains you were talking about.
So freaking good. Everything has been stellar. I don't know how much more of a point I can add to. I'd eat every single item on the menu. It's all very good.
I'm pretty sure I ordered at least last time I was there, I got a half rack of ribs, 8 chicken wings, a third of a pound of brisket. What else did I get? I know I got some firecrackers. Hell, I reheated those ribs the next day and they were still good.
No doubt. Yeah.
Oh, man. So good.
Yeah. I hope to find a time to break away back to Stokehouse, and man, I don't know. I won't shut up about it. It's great. And it's East Nashville, right down from a lot of other great breweries, stops, and drinking spots. It's nonstop in the east side of Nashville when it comes to craft beer and craft cocktails, really. That whole area has got a little pocket for it.
Mm-hmm. Primo spot. I mean, No Quarter.
Yeah. I love the dive bar at No Quarter. Man. With Brave Idiot in the back.
Yeah. Shit. If barbecue isn't calling your name that day, and instead maybe you want to get some good hot chicken, Brave Idiot is definitely the place to go. But then Smith and Lentz with their pizzas.
Yeah, dude.
And then shout out to Aaron at Main Street. You were able to land some chartreuse there.
Heck yeah. Thanks to him
on point.
Thanks to you tagging me in a chat. Now I know I have more to go get next time I'm in town. So I don't know why I was trying so hard. I should have just asked him.
We went all over. I went to Total Wine in Brentwood to try to find it. Nope, none there. You were looking around Chattanooga, couldn't find very many bottles of it. Aaron had the hookup the whole time.
The whole fucking time. He's just so good at that job at Main Street, man. He just knows what's up.
Yeah.
So
how much? I have a question for you. How much chartreuse goes into your typical like cocktail that you're making. It's a liquor, right? It's got
Yeah.
alcohol in it. So
Yeah.
I imagine it's not like one of those mixers where it's just like you fill up the glass with chartreuse and then you add your alcohol. Like it's an ingredient of a greater concoction. So how much chartreuse on average do you put? Are you looking like a shot? Are you looking at
It's
more than that?
I wouldn't put more than 2 ounces of it in. Yeah.
Okay.
But you can most definitely enjoy chartreuse without any other accompaniment. But it just depends if you like the herbal liquors or not. You know what I mean? But I am one that likes it enough to where I could just sip it over time. But
Mm.
it's one of those hard to finds that maybe I'll do that if I have 10 bottles, and
Yeah.
I'm just feeling like a little bougie one day and I want to, what do you call the whiskey glass, a tumbler or whatever, full of chartreuse with a block of ice, maybe. But
Yeah.
I'm a fan right now of the variant cocktails of the last word with chartreuse. So
That
I've
was the
been
place we went to.
slowly building my bar for those drinks. Um, they're all amazing. They knock you on your ass real quick. It's just insane flavors. It's awesome. I'm giddy about it because now I don't have to pay 17 or more dollars for a cocktail I can make at home. So
Yeah.
that's the biggest difference is over time I'm not having to hemorrhage more money now that I have them. But yeah, I still have some whiskeys and whatnot, but I haven't bought one in over 2 years probably. I'm down to a rye whiskey and my couple of tokies that are rye light and then a darker light whiskey, but which sounds kind of weird, but it's Toki Black.
Okay.
It's good. I just need to read more about what it's about. I can't tell you off the top of my head, but it's a darker whiskey than the light whiskey, which sounds obvious to me if you call it black on top of it. But, it's all blended whiskey. I just need to look up and see what is it kind of like the same blend and something done to it or what, I forget. But chartreuse, I'm just so glad to be able to have access to it because there's been a big drought on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to say how much of it that Main Street has, but it's impressive that they have their hands on a decent selection. Usually every place that has allocated liquors, which is a new thing I'm learning, you only have a few of them,
Right.
maybe a handful, and you got to ask for it. So, and you can't call about it. You can't message about it. You can't hit them up typically unless you're just in the know or in the club. But yeah, like Total Wine, I called them and they're like, we can't talk to you about allocated liquor. You have to come into the store. Okay. Sorry. Fuck me, man.
Go fuck
On the
yourself.
website, it says you have it and to ask
Yeah.
you.
Well, and I would assume because Aaron is so good at his job there at Main Street Liquors, like, he probably preemptively planned for something like this. But there's really not anything that says he got more than anybody else. It's just
Right.
he's that good at putting feelers out to where you just know.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and the alcohol industry is all about who you know and who you can and who your customer is. Right. Because if
Yeah.
somebody's how much is a bottle of chartreuse? Were they like $60?
Yeah.
Like
It
$60,
ranges
$90?
from 68 to, I want to say it doesn't hit 80, but maybe in some places it'd be up to 85. But
Plus tax. Yeah. And it's just
yeah.
like when somebody's spending that amount of money on a bottle, like you need to know who's going to get that. You need to know your customer who's going to spend that much on a bottle. Aaron
Yeah.
knows that. Aaron knows exactly who his customer base is. He's not going to go to, he's not going to go to a group of Miller Lite drinking people that doesn't drink anything else and say, hey, is anybody interested in chartreuse? He went to you. You have an elevated palate for that. He went to the text change that has people on it that he knows will appreciate that stuff.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's a lot of it is just the fact that he's good at his job. that was able to give you the opportunity to get the bottles that you were able to get.
He knows he'll be able to sell a couple of these things because I mentioned
Absolutely.
it. So he's going to be like, come buy them. Get them out of here.
Exactly. Shout out to Aaron, Main Street Liquors.
Yeah.
Right on the same road as Stokehouse and Smith and Lentz and Brave Idiot and No Quarter and
dude
and all that.
Aaron got to meet Allison the weekend we were up for and went to Stokehouse. But I was trying to figure out a way to explain Aaron to Allison because I'm really bad at introductions between people. I assume everyone's just going to mesh and just be like, hey, I'm this person. Okay, let's go. That's never how it works. So I don't know why I keep thinking that way in the midst of conversation. So I never introduce. So Aaron's like, hey, I don't think I've met you before. And Allison introduces herself. And I'm like, oh, yeah, sorry. I suck at that. And Allison was like, so how do you know Aaron? Or somehow that came up. And I had the worst moment where my brain just stopped working, but I had all the positive things to say about him and I couldn't get any of them out. And I was like, Aaron is, what happened? I gave Aaron really bad beers one time when we recorded. Let me take it all the way back. I was like, I gave him expired beers, and his main goal in this job that we are here visiting him at is to make sure that there's no bad beer. And I gave him the worst beers imaginable.
Those IPAs were well past its prime. And Aaron,
they were over 2 years old.
Oh,
it's a fun episode. It's a long episode, but it's fun. And I kept pulling out IPAs, and Aaron's like, "No, we're not. No, nope."
Aaron, if you're listening to this, we're sorry, man. Fun. We're very sorry. We'll do better next time.
Mitch is sorry. He's a fool. Is sorry. Yeah. I'm not doing that again. I learned really good that night.
Yeah, you did. And to think about it, he still came and offered you some of his rare, ultra rare bottles of chartreuse. That's how good of a guy Aaron is. Shout out to Aaron at Main Street Liquors.
Yes.
He was good, man. Nashville beer scene is strong. There's quite a few mergers, closures, things like that. I guess the future is bright for Nashville beer, but at the same time, there's a big question mark on it because there's really not a lot of breweries left in Nashville that are innovating other than like your smaller breweries like Living Waters, and if you get big enough, you start catching the eyes, of the bigger guys. And you have a choice to make. You either sell or risk it. So, we saw it with Bearded Iris, got bought by Wiseacre. Southern Grist got bought by Zool. Yazoo's not selling to anybody. Yazoo's too big. Of course, I might eat my words, but Yazoo is too big. Blackstone is too big. It's just, it's...
One day they might, but not today.
Not today. But anyway, interesting.
They are. They're killing it, especially with the ETF and Zwan's Day.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's what's making them kill it, though, because they've got their regular stuff that's in grocery stores, like they're on that's on autopilot. But if it's not ETF, like funky type beers, Yazoo has found what they're good at, and it's just selling mainstream craft beer into big distribution. And there's nothing. I mean, you go to their brewery and they have the new one-offs, like stuff that you can't get. So that's probably not a completely fair statement to make. But Yazoo beer out in the wild, it's the same Yazoo beer that was out in the wild 4 years ago. And they've found what they're good at, and they're just making it like that.
Yeah.
So ETFs, though, I mean, it's always new funky beers. So,
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
good session, Mitch. Cheers to you, man. I'm
Absolutely.
Cheers to you. And any
It's time
any closing
to
remarks?
cheers to the next day, and I look forward to my next beer after this one.
Yes. Cheers, Mitch.